Spurs 2-2 draw against Brighton. I did say this would probably not be. Well, again, I didn't really watch it. I've only seen the highlights of it. But from what I saw from the first goal, it looked as if we still had Ange in charge. When we watched the highlights before, I said, have they forgotten that it's Frank Ball now? Fulham have scored again.
2-1. Harry Wilson.
Oh, man, rubbing salt in the wounds, man. Salt in the wounds. I don't need this.
What a turnaround
in the
for
West
Fulham.
London derby. So it was Ange Ball for me, that first goal. The line was hella high. I never want to see that again, please. We've moved on. Richarlison got Spurs back into it, and then it was an own goal to make it 2-2. Thomas Frank said that was our best performance.
Yeah. Are you happy with Thomas?
Yeah, I was going to say,
apparently he said that was our best performance.
I've heard a lot of Spurs fans say the same thing. I was speaking to quite a few of them today, and they were saying that is one of the best attacking performances of the season so far. And if it wasn't for that Vicario disaster class for the second goal, it could have been a different game. But what have you made of him out of the portion of the season?
Who, Thomas Frank?
Yeah, so comparing it to Ange Postecoglou. You've had a good little sample size now.
I like him. I like Thomas Frank. He wasn't going to be my first choice. I've said this a few times now, but I know that Fuad had been banging on the Thomas Frank drum, and I was kind of like more of an Iraola type of girl. Yeah. Like, that's where I was sitting with it. But Thomas Frank come in, and also you have to remember, like, when you've lost 22 times in a season, the bar is in hell, right? So, like, I had absolutely no expectation whatsoever for what this was going to look like. I didn't think that we would probably have as good of a window as we did in the summer. I didn't think I'd get my 3 wishes granted in terms of winning a trophy, and I see Daniel Levy leave as well. Yeah, so crazy. All in all, I was just kind of like, cool, I've won a trophy now. Where do I go from here? Like, my life's kind of complete. I like Thomas Frank. I like the fact that he can be more pragmatic. I like the fact that he is tactically aware, tactically astute. I like the fact that he can change games as they're going on. My only criticism would be just, I think maybe, and obviously because I haven't watched the full game today, and when I watch it back, I will be able to tell. But is the attacking side of it? It has just been a little bit. Maybe a bit lackluster going forward, but then I also have a look at the fact that we are missing still Maddison, we are missing Kulusevski. That would change, and Solanke as well. So
Xavi Simons still needs time to fully integrate himself.
Absolutely,
he looks alright in the week though.
I mean him. I want to really see in the 10 because that is what he's been brought in for. I've fallen in love with a lone player, which I tell you to never do. And João Palhinha, I fell in love with him after 45 minutes of watching him.
He's incredible. He's
so
good.
I can't really knock it. And also defensively, I know we've conceded 2 today. But in terms of us defensively, I haven't seen us been so solid in years. I'd seen Romero and Van de Ven play with each other 17 times because of the fitness issues prior to this season. So I can't really knock Thomas Frank. I want steady. I want a steady relationship at my club. That's all I want. And so far, he's delivering it to me.
I like the midfield. I do like Spurs' midfield. Bentancur, Paulino, and Bergvall.
But and obviously Sarr's been brilliant.
Obviously he's key.
And Archie Gray, sorry.
You love Archie. I actually think Archie Gray
should be getting more game time.
I think he should have gone back on loan to you because I was crying out last season. I was Archie Gray's number 1 fan. I was ringing that bell because even though we was losing every week.
Number 2 fan, let me tell you.
Okay, no, you. But I was literally saying, like, I want to see him play in midfield. I want to see he's played left back, right back, centre back. I wanted to see him in his actual role, and actually he wasn't as what's the word? He didn't take to it like I thought he would.
What, in the central midfield?
Yeah, he did.
Because he didn't even play that when he was playing for us. Let me tell you, he played right back the whole time. He was playing over Jed Spence at right back, ironically for us. So he never gets time in his natural position. No, he was shoehorned in at centre back for you. For the whole year.
He was doing everything, and even though we was losing, it wasn't going to be his fault. But I feel like he's not just going to displace Bergvall in the Prem. He's not going to displace Palhinha, and he's not going to displace Sarr. So it's the cup games. Obviously, we've got Doncaster this week in the cup. So I think maybe that's a game for him.
And you're going to have injuries throughout the year as
we
well.
We are going to have injuries. We are going to have injuries. But I wouldn't have been mad if he went back on loan to you.
It was never going to happen though, because he didn't want to leave in the first place. But he was forced out for money reasons.
With the attack as well, you were saying about the attack. Like when I look at the front three that started today, Kudos, Richarlison, Odegaard. Like it's okay, but it's not outstanding. It's not anything crazy. But I will say Kudos has taken well to life at Tottenham. He started really, really well. We always saw the quality he had at West Ham, and in fact, when United went for Anthony, I wanted Kudos. Because at Ajax he looks really, really good. So he's a top player, and he's taken to Tottenham really well. And I just think he's already got going. Javi Simons, once he gets going, and then my only question is your number 9, Richarlison, Solanke, and Kolo Muani.
Yeah,
it's all 3 of them are kind of like I wouldn't say one of them is the outstanding candidate to make that number 9 their own. Richarlison started better, but obviously the other 2 are injured.
Yeah.
So I do wonder what happens there. 'Cause you've got 3 similar level number 9s.
I think it's nice in the fact that you can all fight for your players because you're all kind of at a similar level.
It's good to have options,
I have this thing for Richarlison. I've got this soft spot. I don't know why, because I know, and it's again the price tag. When I look at the price tag of those 2 in particular, not Kolo Muani, but I look at Dominic Solanke, who's not worth 65 million. That's really realistically, it's a 45 million pound player with 20 million English tax on it. Richarlison was never a 60 million pound player. That's just ludicrous that they went and paid it. It's not his fault. I love Richarlison's work rate. I love the fact that he will always throw himself about and he will like leave blood, sweat and tears on the pitch.
He's a dog.
That's a Thomas Frank player.
That's a Thomas Frank player. And I think with Solanke, that again last season it's hard to. He's always been up and down because you look at his time at Chelsea, average, like below average, really. Look at Liverpool, same. And you look at that one season at Bournemouth. He wasn't, again, my first choice. When we were talking last summer about who would Spurs bring in, I leaned more towards an Ivan Toney. But obviously, it's also about the personality and how you're going to gel with the squad. And that's essentially why Arsenal didn't go for him as well as Spurs. So I don't mind Solanke. I just think he needs, again, more creativity. He needs to be fed a little bit more. And last season with Spurs, they weren't doing that because we weren't doing anything other than just catching L's. And then obviously this season, he's been injured. So I find it hard to really gauge if we've bought the Bournemouth Solanke or if I've got the Liverpool Solanke.
Yeah, and then so then is Solanke's injury record or problems, is that why you brought Kolo Muani in on loan? I do find that odd a little bit, that one.
I think it's
the
just
Kolo
signing.
No, it is a bit. I also find it very weird. I find it very weird from a Kolo Muani standpoint. Why would Kolo Muani go? That's also another question I have.
Game time, isn't it?
Weird. Because game time is going to be limited.
But you have to remember, Spurs have got games this season. You've got Champions League. You've got, hopefully they get past this round of the Carabao Cup. We usually go out, but Carabao Cup, you have FA Cup. You've got the Premier League. You've got to have strength in depth. And I look at us last season, how many injuries we had. Is that down to Ange Ball? You look across every single Premier League club. You have to have so much squad depth because you're playing games all the time. You're playing games in loads of different competitions. So if you want to be able to be competitive, which I feel like Spurs have improved dramatically over the summer. So I guess we shall see.
And I think with Kolo Muani and Richarlison, and then you slide Kudus in there, what you have is an extremely threatening counter-attack. And that's Frank is very good at setting you up in a very well-structured way and breaking through teams on the counter-attack. And Richarlison, as you say, I think he is, aside from Kolo Muani, he is the crown amongst the jewels.
Let's quickly move on then, because we have got, again, another big weekend of football tomorrow. It's the big one. It's the big one. Arsenal and Manchester City tomorrow, 4:30. What a Super Sunday that we have. And I can't lie, I think Arsenal are going to win this.
Yeah.